Welcome back to Dubai. I'm Landon Derentz. I'm the Senior Director at the Atlantic Council Global Energy Center. I'm here at the Global Decarbonization Accelerator. It is an initiative by the COP28 presidency to really bring together a systematic approach to the global energy system as we seek to make change on the climate agenda. So we're at COP28 and we're bringing leaders, executives, thought leaders together to kind of articulate how they're engaging in this change. And so I'm very excited to be joined by Marty Durbin. Welcome to Dubai, Marty.
Thanks, Landon. Happy to be here with you.
So I did see you at Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt. We've spent 2 COPs together now, at least at some point. This is really different. There's a lot going on here, a lot of energy, and frankly, a lot of people. What's your observations year on year?
I couldn't agree with you more. I think number one, that I want to thank you and the Atlantic Council for the partnership we've had, because I think it's worked so well together to be able to highlight what the business community is doing to help drive climate solutions forward. Heard someone earlier today said that the COP28 was when the baton was passed to the private sector. Now we know that means that you've also got to have good partnerships with our governments as well. But I think that makes a lot of sense. And if you look at the energy and the excitement around all the different discussions and panels here, companies and business leaders are showing up to talk about what they're doing, technology they're developing, and investments they're making. I feel more optimistic now than I have in years as far as our ability to actually address these huge challenges.
What do you think the meaning of industry really engaging here? How does that transform the process? I mean, up until the Paris Agreement, it was really a diplomatic a moment, right? And then that culminated and the countries come together around the world and setting NDCs, nationally determined contributions, to address emissions, address climate change. How are they responding to industry being here?
I think it's a fascinating discussion that's going on because we can't. I don't want to minimize the importance of the Paris Accord. It was really important to get this conversation going. And you're right, it was more just negotiators, and now we've seen each successive COP has seen more of the business community showing up for this. On one hand, there's almost a split screen now. The negotiations going on among the governments is still a very important process. But the fact is, this is a complex global challenge that we're all facing, and we need more people at the table, not fewer people. And the business community is showing up, not just showing up to be here, but showing up with purpose to identify what are the investments they're making and the technologies they're developing and the partnerships they have to make among each other to drive these climate solutions.
Do you think the narratives and the understanding on both sides of the equation are beginning to mature? Is there something symbiotic between the policymakers and industry being in the same place around the climate agenda? Because I have to imagine industry is going to be very passionate about where they sit and what they need to achieve the economy and the energy transition system of the future. And policymakers are hearing from industry at a scale maybe they hadn't before.
On one hand, I'm very optimistic on that front because as we've led, the Chamber's led green tech business delegations to 3 different countries now in Egypt, UAE, and Brazil. In each case, bringing U.S. companies from startups to multinationals, engaging with the host country, but also U.S. federal agencies. And again, the excitement is there, the interest in getting projects moving forward. So that's all great. So the quick answer to your question is yes. Unfortunately, I think that the general public narrative is, what are all these business people doing at this climate conference? When instead we should be saying, thank goodness that the business community is here and part of the solution.
So this really means it's a transformative moment because we're enabling an economy and we're enabling people to make investments that's actually helping stimulate the climate ambition then.
That's it exactly. We know we need our government partners to facilitate and enable and provide the market signals for the private sector to make the investments.
So where do we take it from here? When we started off by talking about the fact that we've been in Sharm el-Sheikh, we're now in Dubai. It's going to move somewhere. We may not know exactly where COP29 is yet, certainly COP30 in Brazil. Is this now a culminating force for action around the energy transition agenda, both from the policy side and now industry? Will that stay the course?
I do think that the COPs will continue to be kind of action-forcing events to bring people together. But if we're going to be successful, and I think from the business side, it's not just about these moments in time. It's it's continuing the momentum. So Brazil has the G20, the presidency next year, and they will have their the clean energy ministerial, and there will be several meetings along. we as the business community have to continue showing up at each of those and in many other venues around the globe. So like I said, COPs still are important, and they can provide these action forcing convenings, but we've got to be in the game every day.
Well, Marty, I really enjoy seeing you here on the ground in Dubai and look forward to multiple opportunities to keep pushing these agendas together. So thank you for taking the time to meet with us.
Thank you, Landon. Really appreciate it.